Today we're going to fly from Gatwick in London to Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, and we're going over the route here in Navigraph. We're going to fly to the Clacton waypoint, and then we're going to use L620 to get to the Redfern waypoint. There is an overview of the flight. So let's look at the SID that we're going to fly from Gatwick. We're going to fly from runway 8R, and we're going to go via the Tunby waypoint, the DVR up to Dagger and up to Clacton. And you can see that we've got to stay at 5,000 feet for a while, and then by Clacton we are still at 6,000 feet, and then we can go to our flight level, which is today is going to be 22,000 feet. Okay, let's go across to Schiphol Airport, and let's find the Redfern 1A star. So there you can see in the bottom left is Redfern, and we're going to fly the Redfern 1A star, and we're going to use we're going to get to Schiphol, and then we're going to use a transition called SUG 3B to get onto the localizer, and then we're going to do an auto land. So let's go and have a look at the arrival map in Schiphol. So this map gives us the initial approach using the Schiphol 3B transition, and then we're going to fly to EH606 Nursey, and then we're going to come around and lock onto the localizer of runway 18R. They're actually in Navigraph, there are actually two maps for their approach, so let's have a look at the other one. This is a more detailed map showing us the actual runway we're going to land on, where our missed approach is, all our frequencies that we need for the localizer and for air traffic control. So let's jump into the cockpit and get going. Here we are on runway 8R at Gatwick. Gently bring the throttles up to 40%, and when you see they are even in both engines, push toga, and then concentrate on keeping the aeroplane on the center line. And the next thing we're waiting for is V1 and V rotate. The first officer will tell me, and when he says rotate, I will gently pull back on the stick, and at about 2 degrees per second we'll just gently raise the nose. We don't want to get a tail strike, and slowly we'll move up to the pink line of the flight director. And then I'm watching my radio altimeter. Once I get to 400 feet, I'll push Command A. The first officer will say positive rate. The captain will say gear up. So we'll put the gear up and then put it into the off position. And now the next thing we need to do is retract our flaps. The two ways of retracting the flap. The one is V2 plus 15 knots, or we can watch that little 1. As that 1 gets towards the arrow, we'll bring the flaps to flaps 1, we will skip flaps 2, and then you can see the little up marker on the PFD. When we get to the up marker, we'll retract the flaps completely. There we go, the flaps are up, and we need to look for this light to go out. Light is out, so all is good. Let's move the engine start selectors from continuous to off. I've already turned off the automatic brakes. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds are on, the packs on auto, the landing gears up and off, and the flaps are up and there are no lights. Let's fast forward a little. We're coming up to the DET waypoint, after which we need to move up to 6,000 feet. So I'm going to set the altitude selector to 6,000 feet, and then as we reach the DET waypoint, I will push Alt intervene. And remember to keep matching your heading selector to the course that the FMC is flying us. As I push Alt intervene, you will notice that there is a sound announcing that we are 1,000 feet from our destination, and you will see a little green arc on the ND which shows us the point at which we are going to reach 6,000 feet. As we reach 6,000 feet, I will push the standard button on the barometer, because 6,000 feet is our transition altitude. So we are going to need to stay at 6,000 feet until Clacton, which is another 45 nautical miles away, and this is mainly due to Heathrow traffic, which has an annual number of passengers of 80 million, and there's Stansted and Luton and other airports around. And this is the reason why we really got to creep out of England with a very low trajectory. Speaking of traffic, if you look closely at the navigation display, which I will speed up, you will see little white diamonds which represent other aircraft in range of my Sierra mode TCAS equipment. When the aircraft is less than 6 nautical miles away, the white diamond becomes solid, and when TCAS detects that vertical separation is a problem, the diamond turns yellow. My TCAS will talk to the other aircraft's TCAS, and if necessary will issue an order to me to descend or ascend, and to the other aircraft to do the opposite. The time to collision is only 20 to 25 seconds, so I need to be ready to switch off autopilot and the flight directors and get ready to descend or ascend manually. You will see that as the aircraft passes and is no longer a danger, the yellow diamond will turn back into a white diamond. So there's nothing much to do until we reach the Clacton waypoint, at which point we will ascend to our cruise altitude of 22,000 feet. But notice that N1 is sitting at 64.9 and our speed is at 250 knots, which is the speed limit below 10,000 feet. So I'm going to fast forward to the Clacton waypoint, and we're going to intervene with a different altitude. So as we reach Clacton and I hit the Alt intervene button, you will see that on the mode selector, VNAV path changes to VNAV speed. You can see that I'm starting to climb at a rapid rate of about 3,000 feet per minute, and my speed is going up. The aircraft is quite light, and we will be going up at quite a rate of knots. As we go through 10,000 feet, I'll switch off the landing lights and switch off the seatbelt sign, and you can see that we're climbing at quite a rate of knots. And as we go through 13,000 feet, you can see the little green arc on the navigation display showing us where we're going to reach 22,000 feet. This is our top of climb, and it won't be long before we reach Redfern, and just past Redfern we will be at the top of descent. As we go through 21,000 feet, you will hear the characteristic sound warning us that we're 1,000 feet away from the set height, and you will see that we are coming up on Redfern waypoint. Just past Redfern is our top of descent, at which point we will need to prepare for our descent, approach and landing. I will do that in another video, and I'm going to end this video at the Redfern waypoint. You will notice that as we approach 22,000 feet, VNAV speed changes to VNAV path, the nose starts dipping down a bit, and the N1 goes right down into the 60% level. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 3, where we will descend and land at Schiphol Airport.